Hello and welcome, my name is Ajaxpost and this is the second of my SimAirport mod showcase videos. In the first we looked at departure gates and information signs, so just basically getting people out of the airport and away on their flights. Today we're looking at the other end of the passenger experience, the check-in. Yes, what we can do here, what mods are available to enable us to make this a particularly exciting and inviting and different experience for your passengers. But before we do that, I'd like to just make a quick note of a couple of updates to two of the mods we saw in the last episode. The first of which is the new style gates and I'm going to apologise here up front for any mispronunciation of this user ID, Marine Anukatila. You can find the link to them and their mods in the description below and in my Steam collection, which is also linked below. We looked at their new style gates, which were basically gates like, in fact, all three I've got here, which don't have the standard asphalt flooring. They're left open, so you can actually lay down any of the outdoor tiles that you want to give them a different look and feel. Those tiles also supplied by Marina Catula. Yeah, I'm sorry. But yeah, in the previous episode, which was released before the August update to the game, these gates were only available on the Edge branch, but they're now fully working in the default branch, so anyone can use them. But the main and most interesting thing now is that we now have those new style gates available as remote gates, which is in fact what this one here is. Both working in both the standard bus mode, where a bus comes along and picks up and delivers passengers, and also the new walk-in style remote gates, which is in fact what this here is. So the passengers turn up to the gate desk, check their boarding card, and then just walk out to their aircraft on this bit of sidewalk here. All very nice. That works perfectly. We may well see that in operation today. The other thing to note about the other mod to update is the Gate Information Display mod by QCS 2017. Now these haven't been updated particularly. They work in exactly the same way as before in both this large and smaller version, and you just assign them to whichever gate you want them to show information for, which may be one or more gates. There is a new panel available in that mod now, which is this great big monster, the Flight Information Panel, which takes data directly from your flight schedule. You can still, if you wish, assign it to individual gates or sets of gates, but if you leave it unassigned, it will actually take information directly from, now can I show this here, let me move you over there, from your Flight Information Panel. Yeah, that doesn't really work very well, does it? You can't see both. It will actually show you as much information as it can. So today we're early morning on whichever day it is, day 4, and it's showing all today's flights. I've only got 7 scheduled, and also tomorrow's flights as well. And as they arrive, as this first one is about to, it's en route, when they arrive they start boarding and they depart, they'll obviously roll off the top of this display, so it keeps updated. And it just looks wonderful. But one little thing I noticed before I started this recording is, again, if I move you over there somewhere, I think, and go into the game menu, to the options, to gameplay, and set my clock time display from the standard 12-hour that I usually use to the 24-hour or military time, as some people I think refer to it. If I do that, accept that, close that, and the display itself changes automatically to fit in with your new clock display. Really nice little touch, that, actually. So that's great to see. A little improvement and enhancement on that mod. Very handy. And that I just think it looks wonderful. But I want to go back to my 12-hour display. That's good. Okay, but anyway, to check in. Now, don't scroll too far away. This is what we get normally in the base game, a simple manned check-in desk, which you can connect to your baggage system, as I've done here, or these self-service terminals here, where people can just check in and validate their, what are you doing? Where they can check in their tickets and get their boarding passes directly. That's all fine and good, but wouldn't it be nice if we had a whole set more options? For example, there is actually a sort of new style SimAirport, which you'll see in a number of mods. I don't think it's been officially used, but there is a new style we can use for some of these gates, some of these ticket. I keep calling them gates. I do apologise for that. We have got ticket desk with baggage, which is in a new SimAirport style, which has a sort of slightly more modern look, I think, than the existing one. So if I let's take you away, shall we? I am running this game in full sandbox mode, so I've got unlimited resource, unlimited finances, and I've done all the research, and it builds immediately as well. So have I lost it again? There it is. So that slips in there. And that works in exactly the same way as the standard desk. It just has a slightly different look. So yeah, you can do that. I think it looks a little bit more modern as well. The other thing that you might think to yourself, well, yeah, that's all well and good, but wouldn't it be handy if people carrying luggage could actually check in themselves anyway, a self-service with its own baggage connection? You can do that too. There's another mod for that. I should say, of course, that these mods are created by ModAir. What am I looking for? Ticket again. So we have down here a self-ticketing desk with baggage, and also in the old style. So you can have it either in the new style or the old style. Let's use the old style, shall we? Whoops, if I turn it around right, there you go. Slip that in there and just provide it with a little conveyor belt. And there it is. So that's a self-check-in with baggage connection. And that obviously means you don't need to employ staff, schedule them or whatever. So you don't need to have that lovely person stood at the desk. Alternatively, you might think to yourself, well, yeah, this is all fine and good, but I want something colourful. I want some bold colours in my airport. Or you might want to, particularly if you've got a larger airport, you might want to set it up so that you have Terminal Hub 1 in red. You might have Terminal Hub 2 in blue or green or yellow. So you might want to use colours to define specific areas of your airport, particularly if it's a large one where you've got sort of distributed hubs and check-in areas and so on. And again, we can do that. So ModAir, once again, has created a range of ticket desks for us in a bold selection of colours. So we've got these yellow. Shall I get rid of some of these? In fact, I could just put you in there, couldn't I? No, I can't because you don't fit. Put you in here instead. So we've got red, yellow, green and blue. They also come in a single pack, which includes the self-service self-service check-in as well. So we'll use yellow there, so shall we say. There is no coloured self-service check-in with baggage, but you know, you can't have everything. The ModAir has also provided similarly coloured benches, boarding gate desks, and even rope barriers, all in the same colour. So you can really apply a colour scheme throughout your airport, again, to sort of define particular areas. You might actually use them to define areas by airline, for example. So we'll connect that one up as well. I want utilities and a bit of conveyor belt there. Right, so yeah, we've got those multiple colours we can use, which are all very nice indeed. But what if you're, like I'm doing in my Let's Play series Building Bristol, you actually want to use real airlines. You're creating sort of a replication of a real airport. So wouldn't it be nice if you could actually have real airline branding within your airport? And you can do that. Again, a new set of options, once again from ModAir, provides you with a range of airline specific check-in desks. We've got EasyJet, we've got KLM, we've got Lufthansa. There's a whole range of them that he's provided. He hasn't done every airline in the world. I mean, that would take a fair amount of work. But if you're thinking to yourself, I've got a favourite airline I would love to see in my airport, then my recommendation is go join the Discord server. There'll be a link for that in the description below. And just engage with the modders there and see if they can come up with a pack for your favourite airline. So let's actually, we'll get rid of you. We'll dismantle you, and I will put in, let's use a KLM. Check-in desk. So yeah, it comes with signs, which you can put on the wall. It comes with sort of these sort of standees as well. So you can put that near your queues. I'm not using queues here, but obviously most people, well, I would always use queues, to be honest. So you can have these to define areas for your queues. You've got the KLM self-service check-in kiosks, which are very nice. But if we take that one there, oh, they come in 2 different colours for KLM. I think Lufthansa might be the same, but I'm not using Lufthansa or KLM in my Let's Play at the moment, so we'll stick you there. And there you have a nice KLM branded desk. Again, they come with boarding desks and the signs that you saw, the standee and the wall signs. So you can create, again, those sort of specific airline areas, which is great if you're using negotiations and so on, if you're setting aside specific areas of your airport for particular airlines. Although, as I've said, we don't have every airline in the world covered in terms of desks and check-ins and kiosks and so on, Mod Air, again, a lot of this video, I'm afraid, is going to be Mod Air mods. We will be talking about a few other modders, don't worry about that further down the line. Although he's not created a desk set for every airline, he has provided pretty much every airline by way of a sign. So Aer Lingus, we have a sign for that. We have Alitalia, a sign for that. Again, you can just stick those on the walls here or have them standing out, sort of like that, as sort of point, well, what would you call that? Pointing outside? I've no idea. Or just hanging from the ceiling, like this, to define this is where you go if you're flying Alitalia today. We'll get rid of those, don't want those there. I have loaded the European and European low-cost airlines into my game, so EasyJet, Ryanair, TUI and so on, but Mod Air has created packs for all sorts of airlines across the globe, mostly organised by continent, though for those bigger countries like Russia and America they have their own specific sets. So you can go Asian airlines, African airlines, as I said, European airlines. I think there's an Australian pack as well. Just go check out the workshop and see if your region is covered in one of those packs from Mod Air. And a reminder that I will be putting a link for all these mods that I'm showing off today in my mod showcase collection on Steam, and there'll be a link for that in the description below. One of the slight oddities, which I hadn't realised until I saw this next mod in the game, is that in SimAirport, as we see here, every check-in desk has their own connection to an individual conveyor belt. Now, when I go to an airport, what I usually see is one desk here on the left, one desk here on the right, and a conveyor belt between them, which they both used to send your luggage down into the baggage handling system, which would seem to be more efficient. And some modders, let's say Mod Air for example, has realised that and created for us a double desk, check-in desk with baggage connection. Yeah, trying to work out how to describe it can be a little bit odd. Okay, so let's get rid of both these, so I've got some space to put this thing in. Oh, before I do though, I do want to make a quick mention of, which is why I picked KLM in the first place, of their self-service check-in desk with baggage connection, which is this beauty. Isn't that something else? I think that's the only airline that he's done a pack for which has that style check-in desk. So most of them, as we saw for the base game sort of variation, are just these kiosks with a baggage conveyor belt connection attached to them. But this is a monstrous, great, all-enclosed thing. I think it's really nice. So, yeah, if you're looking for KLM specific content, then that's a nice little extra you can put into your airport. Anyway, we're talking about double check-in desks. Again, these come in a variety of colours. So we have a simple one with a sort of the modern SimAirport style. And as you can see there, 2 check-in desks with 2 agents standing either side of a single conveyor belt connection. They come in the standard array of colours, plus a few others. He hasn't created airline specific variants of this, but for example, I'm using EasyJet in my Let's Play series, which is this orange colour, as you may be familiar with. So he has added a very similar orange colour to his double ticket check-in desk mod, which sort of fits in with the standard EasyJet designs. In fact, shall I use that one here? I will do. I'll stick you there. Okay, and a little bit of a conveyor belt. There you go. Now, the thing about the double check-in desk here is the manning of it. Now, the game design as it stands will only provide 1 member of staff for these 2 check-in desks. Now, they both will actually work, but you'll only see if I actually employ a member of staff. I want one of you, and I need to hire 1 more. There you go. We will only see 1 member of staff turn up to sit by this desk. Both desks will actually work, but it does look slightly odd that there isn't a member of staff behind the second desk. Now, are you turning up for work? There you go. So passengers will come to both these desks. Is anyone going to do that? Yes, there you are. You see, they're both working, but it does look slightly odd. So what Mod Air has provided is a separate staff position mod. And there are 2 versions of this. No, there aren't. There are 2 versions of it within the same mod. So this is the staff position mod. And what this does for you, it provides you with a placement for a member of staff. It doesn't provide the member of staff itself or themselves, but it provides you with a place to identify someone should stand if you hire them. So you do still need to hire the staff. This comes in 2 variations, staff and staff desk. The staff person works perfectly well, and you could use that one there. In fact, if I put you there for the time being, and we need to hire another member of staff. There they are. So as you can see, this member of staff is stood there, but is not close to the desk, so they look a bit odd compared to the normal desk staff. So that's why you would use I need to delete or dismantle that staff object. There you go, so they disappear for the time being. So if you're putting a member of staff behind a desk, you will want to use the staff desk option. It looks exactly the same, but you see it's got an arrow on it, so you can orient them to face a particular direction. So they are facing the desk. There they go. So when that member of staff comes back, have they gone all the way home? They probably have, haven't they, by now? There they go. They stand correctly behind the desk. So that's it. The staff position mod from Mod Air, containing 2 variants, a member of staff which you can place anywhere, and member of staff behind a desk. They do also apparently emit an information area, so they can be useful providing members of the public with information. But it's just nice sometimes just to have members of staff dotted around the airport, just sort of, you know, to engage with customers and make sure they're enjoying their experience of your airport. Just checking on this information. Yep, you can see that flight is boarding. Yep, and that's all the flights today and tomorrow. Oh, one final thing on this double desk option here is if you're looking to reduce your staff costs, there is also an option for a fully automated self-service check-in desk. If I can find it here. double ticket kiosk. There you go. So that sits in there. So again, if you're looking for an airport, if you're creating an airport which is sort of 24-hour running, you want to make it fully automated, you can do that now. You've got self-service kiosks, you've got self-service baggage handling, we've even got, as we saw in the last episode, self-service gates, so face recognition gate entry points. So you could make your airport pretty much wholly automated, or almost free of staff. The one area might be security, where you need people to check IDs, but again, I think there are mods which do that automatically as well, and you can do that I think now. You've got those coded, electronic encoded passports which allow you to pass through security checks that way. So there you are. That's the basic check-in desk, ticket desk mods that we have available. A whole variety of styles of both self-service and manned check-in desks, both in colourful versions or in airline branding, and even these much more efficient double desk operations that you can see here, both automatic and manned. So that's all well and good, but sometimes you need to give your passengers some help in finding their way around your airport. So let's have a look finally at some signs. We've already seen a number of the standard sort of airline specific signs which you can put up, don't do that, which you can put up around the airport, Brussels, whatever. So they'll stick on walls and so on, that'll be fine. But Mod Air has also provided us with a small number, very simple. It simply says check-in. Or you might want, where is it? It's down here somewhere. Yeah, there's a lot of them, as you can see. There's self-check-in. So they can come here and do that. There you go, self-check-in. And if you've got an area specifically for your first class passengers, you could have a priority check-in area. So if you've got a queue which is set up specifically for first class passengers, for example, or is just closer to the door, you could have a sign for priority check-in. One other set of mods or sign mods that I do rather like, not created by Mod Air this time. These are created by NAL or NAL, and they are, if I can find them, are they here somewhere? Here they are, the wall airport signs. Again, links for all these can be found in the Steam collection, a link to which will be in the description below. So these are the, I don't know if they're true of every airport, but most airports I've seen, you'll see these signs stuck on a wall or hanging from the ceiling to say this is where your baggage is collected. So that's the baggage zone. So what's that? That's departures. So this is for departures where you collect your tickets and so on. And you have signs for arrivals. There you are, arrivals sign. So they'll be going out this way. Let's stick that there. And you've got other general signs here, like just airport, so you could put that on your road perhaps, or maybe no you can't. It requires indoors. Oh, that's a little disappointing perhaps. You might like to have that outside, but anyway, exit signs, yeah, a whole variety of them, including a number of road signs which we saw here. So if you're setting up car parking areas, which I haven't done in this airport, you can stick road signs on. There you are, no parking, no U-turns, no trucks. Yeah, that wouldn't help much. They don't do anything to control your traffic, but they just give that extra sort of feeling of immersion. It makes it look more realistic, if you will. A couple of signs that you can place, I hope, outside. They're very simple, very, straightforward, but they work perfectly well. And that's enter and exit signs. So we could say there. So this is the enter exit sign mod from, and where are these coming from? These are coming from Chick 10,000. If you just sort of mouse click on those, they do offer you all the 4 variants of direction. So the exit is that way. There. They don't control passengers in any way. They're not like the one-way paths or anything like that. But again, they just give you that extra sense of, you're providing passengers with what they need in terms of signage and their way around. Now, one thing we've not seen here yet is safety. And there is a safety mod pack from Cal 3432. Assembly. So these give you signs that you would sort of see for evacuations, fire exits and things like that. So again, this can't be placed outside, but you might have an indoor area which you designate as a safe zone for passengers. So this might be the assembly point, for people if the alarms start going off. And we've got fire exit signs. So we can say there's a fire exit here, down that way. There you go, fire exit. Or there's a little sign if I click on it there. Oh, that's first aid, cute. Or fire exit down that way. That might be more appropriate there, actually, isn't it? Yeah. So let's get rid of that one. Dismantle you. That's fine. And also, little fire extinguishers you can put around the airport. That looks a little bit big there, but what the heck. A fire tough stand. Ooh, now this is what you often see. Yeah, two fire extinguishers in a stand with the appropriate markings to say what each extinguisher is supposed to be used for. So that might be placed. Can I place it? Can't place it there, so we will place it there. Can I place it there? Yes. A little bit in the way, but what the heck. It gives you that extra immersion element within the airport, which is all well and good. Oh, bear in mind, on these fire extinguishers, they won't help put out fires. They are just decoration. So you do still need to rely on the fire engines and the fire service to come and put out any fires that happen in your airport. So, I think that's it. Oh no, there was one little mod I have missed out. We did see it in passing, and I should mention this. Yep, these construction signs. I mean, I'm building things immediately here, but what you might want to do is if you've got unfinished areas of your airport, which you've sort of laid out the foundations for, but haven't finished or don't have the money to complete the building of, why not put in some construction signs? Do not enter. That says something or other. That says something else. That's the same sign. Construction sign there. Yeah, so you've got a whole variety of these little signs keep out that you can stick in and just make sure your passengers are aware that this part of the airport, it really isn't for them. So again, it's just they don't control anything, they don't have any impact particularly on passenger throughput, but they just help the immersion of the airport. Right. So that is, I think, that's it for this mod showcase, looking at check-in desk, check-in area options and signage for your airport. So I hope you've enjoyed this review of some of these mods to add a little extra variety and flavour to your airport. If you want to check any of them out, as I said, I do have a mod showcase collection on Steam. There'll be a link for that in the description below, and that should contain all the mods I've shown here. It won't contain every variation of them, so for example, some of the variety of airline signs and desk packs and so on that have been created, but they will give you a clue as to where to find those by those particular modders. And if you would like me to review any of your favourite sets of mods, or if you've created mods and would like me to have a look at them and put them into a showcase video, then please do let me know. Just drop a note into the comments box below, or message me on Twitter or Instagram if you prefer to do that. The links for those are in the description below. But of course, most of all, thank you for watching this particular video, and I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a little bit of a like, a thumbs up. That would be lovely. You know how that works. Even better though, if you've got any thoughts, suggestions, recommendations, then do drop me a note in the comments box below. It's always great to hear from you. And of course, finally, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, you can do that now. And that way you'll know when I upload another one of these, or indeed any of my other Let's Play series. But from me, Ajaxpost, here in SimAirport, until the next time, bye-bye for now.